How do you keep going on? I basically feel like I'm gonna die. Sometimes I wish I would. Wish I'd just fall asleep one of these times and not wake up. Not that that's what that's not what I really, really want. Really, I want to overcome these things that are keeping me down. I want to overcome this, whatever physical thing is wrong with me. My broken fucking neck. Broke my neck when I was 13. It fucks me up sometimes. I want to overcome this shit. I want to make my fucking family proud of me. I want to do something for my kids. They probably think I don't ever think about them, but I do. I think about them every day. I don't know what to say to them, though. I don't know what I should. Should I call them up and just complain about how shitty I feel every fucking day? Yeah, I think that they would find that depressing. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear someone that, their family member who they love, call them up and cry and complain about how shitty they feel. That's not going to help anybody. Then again, they don't want to feel like what's going on with this person. They don't care about me. They don't love me. They don't care what's happening with me, because I do. I love them all. I care deeply about what happens with them. I can't do anything for them, though. I can't do anything for myself. I just keep trying, and it just keeps, just keeps piling on. I'm up here at the boat. I'm trying to get the boat going so that it's sailable. Something. I feel like the only way out of this situation is to literally go to another country, another land, someplace where they haven't got to yet. Someplace where they don't spray the fucking sky down with poison every fucking day, because they do here. What can I do for my kids when they live in a place that's sprayed with poison every day? The only reason they're not sick right now is because they're not old enough to be that sick yet. If you live in the USA and you're still functional, it's only because you're not old enough to be poisoned out yet. Poison takes time to build, and then it kills you. It doesn't just kill you instantly. This is toxic. It builds over time. So the more you build for yourself, the less you're able to build for yourself. So you got one line going this way, one line going this way. This is how much you're building your life. You're building your life. You're moving up. Things are getting better and better. You're creating something for yourself, a legacy, something you can leave for your family, something that you can be proud of. And this one here is the state. This is the state spraying poison on you. And it's going up and up and up and up and up. And it's building up in your system. And so as you're building your life, they're spraying their shit. And somewhere at the middle here, they're going to meet. And the shit's going to overtake you. And your life that you're building is going to start tapering off and then start nosediving. But you know what? This line here, it never stops nosediving. Or never starts nosediving. It just goes up and up and up. They just keep spraying and spraying and spraying. Last night I made myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I was hungry before I went to sleep. And then I had my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I was still a little hungry. I made another one. I went to sleep. A few hours later, sometime in the middle, in the evening, I woke up and thought, maybe I got to go to the bathroom. Stumbled my way out here to try to climb up out of here and realized, no, I'm going to puke. And I puked it up in the sink. I was like, oh, great. Once I realized I was done puking, I kind of rinsed my mouth out with some water, and I went and laid down again. And I slept for a bit. When I woke up, I still felt nauseous. Got a headache for the last 3 days continuously. It doesn't ever go away. I opened up the door and I look up and, I guess it wasn't that late in the evening. It was just as the last of the light from sunset was, coming from the west. My face fly. Little flies are great, right? I look off to the west and all you could see, the entire sky, was just this wavy look of black stuff falling from the sky, horizon to horizon. It was completely sprayed out. It was nothing but fucking chemtrail. The entire sky filled with chemtrail from one end to the other, just making this wavy pattern as it falls down, because that's what it looks like. It looks kind of like rain does from a distance when you're looking across the desert. You can see the rain as it falls, and there's this wavy pattern to it. Except this wasn't rain. It was just black. It was just blackness raining down from the sky over everything. As my headache rings in my head and I feel like I'm going to puke again. Went and took a shower, came out and crashed out. And I slept finally. I slept good. Well, pretty good, other than waking up every few hours with a super bad kink in my neck and having to flip over and try and go to sleep again. And now I feel a little better. I got enough rest to feel better. I know damn good and well if I pop open that door, look out there, it's going to be sprayed out like it has been for day after day because the rain is coming. My mom noticed that before I did, that they spray heavy before rain. It's like it's the last chance to spray a bunch of fucking poison on top of everybody. So, it's going to rain. We can't spray when it rains because it rinses it out of the air. So send in more jets, send in more jets, send in more jets. We got to spray these people down. And who notices? Some people notice. Some people don't even notice. A few do. There's no sense in preaching to the choir. You tell the people that don't notice, and they don't believe you. Oh, you're just imagining things. You're making shit up. You're a conspiracy theorist, and you're just imagining stuff. I don't need your negative Nelly talk around here, says the fucking retard on pills who went to the doctor. And, doctor, there's something wrong with me. Oh, well, yeah, see, you got this, and this. Oh, you're not being poisoned. No. That's not it. You got things wrong with you because it's your DNA and it's your family genetic traits, and it's because you didn't get enough exercise and eat properly. That's why you're ill. So just change your diet and get some more magnesium. You're low on magnesium. That's why you're sick. Has nothing to do with the neurotoxins being sprayed on top of you 24/7 every day that it's not pouring down rain. No, that's a conspiracy theory. Let's not fall for that one, right? This fucking country's a goddamn fucking joke. It makes me fucking want to puke just thinking about it. And all the fucking flag waving ass clowns fucking in the military and the fucking support the USA. Oh yeah, we're the greatest country in the history of the universe. Yeah, sure we fucking are. This is the most retarded shithole that's ever been. It's fucking Babylon times 10. Hey, let's all go out and spray ourselves with poison. That'll be great, huh? We're smart. I want to discover the cure, the counteract for this, the antigen that takes the poison out of you and allows you to function again. So I can give it to my friends and my family. They wouldn't take it even if I came up with it. They wouldn't believe me. No one believes the fucking word I say. I'm just that fucking dreamer who imagines shit all the time. And, I'm imagining things. I just make stuff up, and I just talk about my imaginary world that I think is happening. And it's all bad, so nobody wants to hear it. Oh, my bad imaginary world. Because I'm not very smart. That's what's going on. Yeah, I'm just a dipshit who imagines things, and so there's no point in listening to anything I have to say, because I'm a fucking moron. I'm a fucking moron who thinks we're being poisoned, and meanwhile, really what the truth is that the United States is the greatest country ever, and we're protecting the world we're saving them from those ruthless dictators so that we can spread our democracy and our our freedom of choice to the rest of the world so they can be free too. That's what's going on. Yeah. Uh-huh. And I'm just an idiot who can't see that. So, I think there's something bad going on. It's really fucking sad. I want to do something. I want to be able to accomplish something that, my family can look at and say, look, Dad did something. Something good. Something that's not easy to do. I can't even save myself. I wake up feeling like I'm going to die pretty much every day. I don't go around saying that all the time because I don't want to depress the people that I know. I don't want them to feel sorry for me. I want them to protect themselves somehow, but I don't know what to tell them to do. I can't even protect myself. I've got enough shit wrong with me that I don't feel like I can overcome it anymore. I just try to be optimistic, try to be positive. I try to think, I'm going to overcome this poison that's poisoning everything. I'm going to overcome it. I'm going to find a way to keep my air clean, and I'm going to find a place where I could live that we're not going to be poisoned out. I'm going to find that place. I'm going to tell my family where it's at. They're going to come there and we're going to live there. But that's not going to happen. I can't make it happen. I'm pouring everything I got into trying to escape this fucking shithole called the United States, and I can't do it. I've lived here too long. I'm poisoned too deeply to fucking get away. And the kids are being lied to continuously. They're being lied to. They're being poisoned. They're being poisoned more than we were when we were young. The evacuation of the nations that all the children get through their whole lives is just increasing and increasing. You can't become poisoned more and more and more and more and think you're going to have a better and better life. There isn't. It's not going to happen. You can't put your faith in your fucking medical system that's been poisoning you since the day you were born and telling you how smart you are for going down and taking their poisons. Fucking come on. Anybody thinks that the jetliner after jetliner after jetliner after jetliner after jetliner flying over your city at 2,000 feet is normal? Have you ever got on a jet plane and had them not climb to altitude and not go to their destination? Have them just fly slowly over the town at 2,000 feet for fucking a half hour, 45 minutes? That's as far as I can see them, And then they're out of sight. But I've been watching long enough. They don't do anything. Do you really think there's a need for passenger flights for there to be thousands and thousands a day out of your airport? Every airport in the country has got thousands of flights a day because everybody's traveling by plane all the time, everywhere. You really think that's what's going on? Fucking retarded. Not everybody is traveling by a jetliner every single minute of every day continuously. These jets are using directed energy weapons, the ones that fly low, real low, and just look like they just took off from the airport. They're probably going to Phoenix or Hawaii or San Antonio. Yeah, at 2,000 feet, it's stall speed the whole way. They're going to fly all the way to fucking Hawaii at 2,000 feet at stall speed. Yeah, right. The the jet engine is only efficient at high altitude and high speeds. It's least efficient at low altitude and low speeds. And that's how they're flying these jets. Super low, super slow, right over all the residential areas of town, again and again and again, one after another, all fucking day, all night, all day, all night, all day, all night. Those ones aren't spraying anything. There's nothing to see. There's not any trail coming off the back of them. Yet every time one approaches, my ears start to ring like mad, and I feel like total dog shit. And it's continuous, one after another, all fucking day. Out there at Tad's place, it never ends. And on top of that, there's, Joe Blow asshole in his fucking Cessna is out there. They're spraying chemtrails like mad. I think I'll get in my Cessna and fly in circles over town at 1,200 feet all day. Yeah, that's what's going on. Joe Blow asshole in his fucking Cessna. He's just living his dream. I'm living my dream, flying my Cessna. Oh, yeah, this is so much fun. Flying around in circles continuously every single day. Boy, if I had a jet, that's what I'd do. If I had an airplane, that's what I'd do. I'd fly my airplane in circles at 1,200 feet every day, because who needs to worry about the cost of fuel? We just fill up our tanks and fly in circles every single day, living the dream in my fucking airplane, flying in circles. And the biblical people, prince of the power of the air, you think that's all just figurative? Fuck no. The buy a bunch of bullshit is telling you the truth. Literally, the prince of the power of the air, who they call the devil, the evil one, the one that wants to make your life a living shithole hell and watch you suffer, and he laughs and laughs and laughs, controls the air, controls the power of the air. What's the power of the air? What kind of power could be in the air? Well, there's the Air Force and the military. They got a lot of power, and they fucking rule the air, don't they? So, yeah, our brave fucking military in the air, they're protecting us. Yeah, sure they are. What's another power in the air? Radio waves. Electromagnetic waves in the air. That's power. It goes through the air. What's it do? Well, it's being beamed out to cause you to die. It makes you ill. It scrambles your nervous system. It erodes your fucking nervous system. Keeps you from functioning properly. When your ears start ringing, it's not because you didn't eat your Wheaties. It's not because you haven't had enough vaccinations. It's because the microwave plane is coming and it's microwaving your brain. And if it's not a microwave, it's an ELF wave. It doesn't fucking matter. If it's electromagnetic and it goes through the air, it's power and it's in the air and it's harming you. All of our modern conveniences are harming us. The damn phones, the damn radio towers. You know, you could look back and see that the cancer rates in the nation are, I've been all over the place, the waves are rolling in. They started to rise as soon as the AM radio came on. And the more radio stations and the more power that it's pumped into the air, the more sick, the more messed up, the more diseases and disorders are cropping up, the less people are able to function, the more the family has broken up. And that's been the whole goal since the beginning, is to break up your families, keep people divided, have them not communicate with each other. And it's interesting the way that, you know, the cell phones and the internet is supposedly allowing us to communicate more, yet people are less and less communicative. They have more ability to communicate, and they do it less and less. It's a lie. It's all a fucking lie. The things that are supposed to bring us together are driving us apart. The things that are supposed to make us healthy are making us sick. The professionals who are supposed to tell us about these things are absolute con men. There is no solution to it. And it's one thing, you know, you feel nauseous and then the boat starts rocking all over the place because the waves come rolling in. Probably the flies are going to come up out of their hiding spot and get up in my face here pretty soon, because that's usually what happens next. I feel like hammered fucking shit every fucking day. I wake up with a super bad kink in my neck, a headache, my ears ringing, and I feel like I didn't get any rest, just weak. And then my Raynaud's kicks in, and my fingers turn white, and I can't feel anything, and they're just, except for pain, my hands just hurt. Everything feels like it's trying to fall asleep. You know, when your leg falls asleep and it's got the needle feeling when you try and wake it up? I feel like that, down my hands, down my arms, in my elbow, in my shoulder, side of my fucking head. Every fucking day. And I'm supposed to get up. Oh yeah, I'm behind on my child support payments, so I better pay that, or they're going to suspend my license. And I better send some payments in on those tickets I got when I was younger, because I haven't paid them. They're going to suspend my license, and then what am I going to do? Then I won't be able to drive. Oh, then I won't be able to go get that job, you know. And I can't get a job now. I can't fucking be healthy long enough to make it to a fucking job interview. You know. I've been self-employed my whole life because I can't keep a job for anybody because my health just fucking goes like this, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And now it's just down. It stays down and it is down. What's Uncle Sam's answer to that? Well, we better send you some notices to pay back that fucking money from the pandemic that we gave out. You know, when they wanted to save the economy from tanking and they gave out pandemic money, they want it all back. Oh, well, you received an overpayment. We want it all back. So they keep sending, thousands of fucking letters from the Employment Security Department telling me how much they want their fucking money back that they, had to put out to save the economy. Yeah, okay, jump in line with the child support and the county and the tickets I supposedly owe on and all that shit. You jump in line, Employment Security Department, behind everybody else who wants the money that I don't have, that I can't even go earn because you shitbags in the fucking government are poisoning the fuck out of everybody constantly. Oh, well, that's just an excuse. You're making up excuses for being a greedy, selfish, lazy piece of shit. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm greedy, selfish, and lazy, and I'm just making up stories about how I'm sick so that I can get out of paying for those debts that I truly owe. That's what's going on. Yeah. Okay. I'm sitting on tons of cash, and I'm not coming off of it for you guys. No, I'm going to keep it and sit on my pile of gold. What the fuck ever. Is that what people believe? Is that what I'm supposed to fucking, I'm smart enough to see the future. You know what the future is for a nation sprayed with poison? Sickness and death. That's the only future that's going on, is sickness and death. You think if you're younger and you have a baby and my baby's going to grow up and he's going to have a good life. We're going to buy a house and raise our children and have a good family. No, you're not. You're not. You're going to get sick. You're going to lose your ability to function. You're not going to be able to maintain your job. You're going to lose it all. They're going to repo your fucking house. You're going to end up homeless in the street. Your kids are going to be raised by foster care or an orphanage or some shit, or they're just going to end up in the street too, prostituting themselves, and then they're going to die too. That's the future for Americans, is to be sick, diseased until you can't function anymore. And then you can sell your soul, I guess, and hopefully get out of it for a minute. Yeah, there's a good plan, huh? Just sell out to the devil and everything will be okay. The devil, if he's real, does run this world. It's what it says. It's what it says in the Bible. It says this world is evil, and it is. This isn't some godly world of goodness where things are good. This is an evil shithole where you've been sent to fucking suffer. And we look back in history, it seems like there was a time when things were good. You could, live your life in a good manner, and you could, have something to look forward to. There was goodness in the world, and then, you do what you can, and then you're old and you die someday. But after a life of decency, but it's just not there. It's a life of shit, and then you die. Well, we tell ourselves that we're going to overcome it, and we tell ourselves that, I'm going to overcome this problem, and then you feel some success when you overcome these little difficulties. The only way to feel good about anything long term is to stick your head in the sand and pretend that what's happening isn't happening, but it is. You're not getting better, you're getting sicker. Your doctors who are supposed to tell you what a danger is and what's problematic and how to be healthy are lying to you, and they're poisoning you, and they're making you sicker and sicker. Yeah, they've come up with things that'll get you high and make you feel better for a little while. You'll think you'll feel better because they get you high. Oh, you got this disorder. Well, here's some pills. These will make you feel better. And that's all they do. They give you things that override your body's senses that are telling you the truth, that you're being poisoned and you feel like hammered shit because of it. Doctor, I feel like hammered shit. Oh, well, there's something wrong with you. Here, have these pills. These will help. But they don't cure anybody. They don't cure anything. They never have. They just mask your symptoms so that you don't have to feel like hammered shit while you're being poisoned to death, while you and your whole family's being poisoned to death. And then we wonder why we have such trouble communicating with each other. Well, we're all poisoned. When you're poisoned, you don't function properly. You can't function properly. There's no future for you to look up to or look forward to. There's nothing. You're being poisoned to death. It's the reason you feel like shit. The reason your kids are rebelling and they can't seem to understand, how to act right is because they're poisoned too. If you quit taking them down to the doctor and having them injected with more and more poison, maybe they would stop getting worse faster. But most people don't do that. They totally believe everything their fucking shitbag doctor says. They totally think that the USA is somehow some good place, that our government is the best it's been. Oh, well, it's not perfect, but at least we have a freedom of choice to elect people. You don't have any freedom of choice whatsoever. Your choice is which poison do you choose to take. Which one are you going to take? Here, you take this one or take this one. They're both poison. The two-party system is a fraud. Two choices is no choice, The man behind the scenes holds up two fucking puppet hands. I'm going to protect you. No, I'm going to protect you. Which one do you want? Oh, I believe this guy. I believe this guy. Well, you're stupid. Well, you're stupid. And so what we argue with each other, what happens? The man behind the scenes is spraying out the poison and fucking you in the ass. That's what's happening. You and your children and your whole family and everybody is just being hosed down and fucked continuously. Now, you can fucking join the fucking political party and go out and think you're doing something that's going to help, but you're not. Or you can jump on the bandwagon of the medical system and think that you're learning about methylene blue and you're learning about all these new discoveries, breakthroughs, and drugs that are going to turn around all the disease that's happening in the country, but it's not going to help and you're not going to get anywhere with it. You know why? Because none of that is real. It's just a drug. It masks your symptoms while you're continuously poisoned. Nobody has a future being continuously poisoned. So what's the option? Kill yourself? Why do you think suicide rates are so high right now? Because everything's so great, because we live in the greatest country in the history of the world, and that our rights are protected and our smart doctors are helping us to be strong and healthy. That's why suicide rates are skyrocketing through the roof. Once you destroy the family, once you've destroyed the home, once you've poisoned everybody to the point that they can't even think properly, and there's nowhere for them to go, what are the kids going to do that are still healthy enough to do stuff, but they don't know what to do, and there's no family to support them, and there's nobody to give them direction? Well, they go join the military so that they have some support structure, so that they have some income, so that they feel like they're doing something good. And then they go out and they are compromised. Their souls are compromised. They're sent to other parts of the world to commit acts of evil, which totally compromises their souls. Once their soul is compromised, well then, I was thinking about the other day what all this military service has done over the years. Whether you were drafted or whether you joined, it doesn't really fucking matter. What they do is they take you to some place, they put you in a shitstorm of fucking crap that's killing you, poisoning you, killing other people, killing them, poisoning them. You become totally jaded, totally poisoned, totally fucked off. You see just how evil the world really can be. And then once you've done your tour of duty, they let you go back home for a while and spray poison on you and your family. But you don't say anything about it. You know why? Because compared to the shit storm that you just came out of, it doesn't seem that bad. Well, what? It's just an airplane flying over, leaving a trail behind it, nothing going on here. And so you don't say anything. So all of our brave military people, are they protecting you when they come home and you're sprayed down with fucking poison every day and everybody has a disorder and a prescription and a diagnosis that they need to go to the doctor and get their pill for? Are you protecting anybody? No, but you see, well, once you've been in the shitstorm for a while and you see just how bad things really can be, and then they send you home and there are just just some airplanes going by. Well, that doesn't seem like anything. Thanks a lot, military guys. Woo, you're protecting us. Wow, you're so fucking brave. You went and murdered people on the other side of the world, and now you come home and you sit on your fucking thumb while we're all sprayed with poison. Wow, you're fucking brave. You know? Wake the fuck up. And it doesn't matter if you wake up now. The Gov is fully in charge. The devil is fully in charge. You, of your family, there is nowhere to escape to. And they're going to poison you to the point that you can't escape. So what's the point in trying? So you can just hate it even more. You can hate it even more. That you see, if you see what's going on around us, and you see how bad it is, and then you try to escape it, it's just going to make your life even worse, right? Because you're not going to be able to. You're going to see the evil. You're going to see the problem. You're going to want to fight it, and then you're going to fight it. But then you realize you can't beat it. It's too big of a thing for you to beat. People don't listen to what you're telling them anyway. They don't believe you. They won't join your cause. They join the devil. They just keep joining them. They just keep taking more of their poison and thinking that they're doing the right thing and thinking you're an idiot for your point of view, for thinking that there's something bad going on. Oh, it's just your imagination. Yeah, it's just my imagination. I just think I'm smarter than everybody else, and that's why I'm telling you that you're being sprayed with poison and that there is no future, because I'm so much smarter than you. No. I've been poisoned to the point that I'm basically dead. You know, I feel like hammered fucking shit every fucking day. And the only time I feel any better is when mysteriously there's no spray for a week or something, which happens once in a fucking blue moon. I go a whole week without any spray, and I eat healthy, and I hit the river, and I do my grounding, and I'll start to feel better, and I'll start to feel like, maybe there's something that can be done. Oh, no, here comes Johnny Jet Plane and fucking his 10,000 buddies, and they spray everything down, and I feel like hammered shit again. And if you're young enough, you can still function. Your body will shake it off. You'll feel like you can still go on. And so what do? You dive headfirst into the system. You get a full-time job and you start paying your bills and you find some way to take care of yourself from day to day while you're being poisoned more and more and more. What's the future? What's the future in continuously being poisoned? Nobody's that stupid that they can't figure that out. The future is non-existent when you're poisoned every fucking day. It doesn't matter how much detoxing you do. When the toxin never stops being poured on you, you're not ever going to detox. They've got millions of tons of this stuff. They spray it every fucking day. There's no future in that. The only future would be to escape. There's no escape. They've taken away your ability to escape. I have a boat here. I can't get the fucker in shape enough to go anywhere. And if I manage to get the boat ready, I'm going to be so sick that I can't fucking operate the boat. So what fucking good is it? What, should I just light it on fire and fucking go down with the ship? Because there's no future. There's no way I'm going to get anywhere. I don't want to think that, but that's really what it looks like. That's how I feel. I feel like there's no escape. And it looks like there's no escape. So what? Do I want to go call up my kids and tell them I love them and that I think about them every day? And that I miss being able to do things with them? I wish I could, but I'm too fucking sick to be around them. You can't just go hang out with your family when your ears ring constantly and you have a headache that never ends and your stomach is fucking churning from the fucking poison you're breathing. I don't want to depress them. I don't want them depressed and worried about me. I don't want to depress them and tell them that there's no future. But there isn't. You know, they're young, and they have already got all kinds of disorders that I didn't have when I was their age, but they have. So what if they make it to my age? What are they going to be like then? They're going to be worse than I am now, because this stuff is just getting worse. And nobody gives a shit. Everybody thinks, oh, it's going to be great. We're going to go to the doctor. He's going to help us out and figure out what's wrong with us, and then we'll be healthy, and then we'll have a future, and then we'll blah, 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 blah. No, that's not what's happening. And if you got money, oh, well, you see, that's what it appears to be. If you got enough money, poison doesn't affect you. Wrong. If you got enough money, you can find ways to alleviate your symptoms. That's all it means. If you've got a good enough health plan, your doctor will give you the best pills that mask your symptoms while you slowly die. If you got enough money, you could distract yourself with drugs and with trips and vacations and going to other places and, you know, buying things and diving into your hobbies. If you've got enough money to do that, and pretend that you're not being poisoned, but you are. You know you are. The more trips you got to make to your doctor, the more you're being poisoned. I mean, I could just go on and on like this for hours, really. But I've said it all. There is no future in that. You know, we need an act of God. We need this heavens to split open and a being of light and goodness to come down through the clouds and take out all of these military bases and all of these fucking pukes that are fucking think that they're helping us, because they're not helping us. You think Johnny Jet Plane fucking chemtrail pilot is fucking a good person? He probably is. He probably thinks he's helping. They tell you lies. They tell you things that are completely untrue, and then you go out and do them, and they're harming everybody, and you're patting yourself on the back for being a good person and helping. You're being part of the solution by spraying stuff. You're being part of the solution by becoming a doctor and prescribing things to people. You're helping them. You're helping them. No, you're not. You're ensuring their death, their sickness, and their sadness, their demise. You're ensuring that we all suffer and have shitty fucking lives while patting yourself on the back for all the great things you've done. Not you, who might be watching this. If you made it this far, I'm amazed. I don't think anybody would listen to me talk this long about this shit. But there really isn't any answer to it. Get out of my face, fly. I better end it because the flies are coming now, and my ears are starting to ring up again. That must mean another airplane's coming. And I would totally open the hatch and fucking point the camera up there so you could hear it and see the fucking airplane fly over. Because it's coming. I know it is. You know how I know? Because it's been going on about 15 years now that this has been happening, that my head starts to hurt, and I hear this high up in my head, in my brain, really. It's not a sound in my ears. It's more like a vibration in the top of my head, in my skull. And then as that gets worse, you can hear the motor. Oh, it's Happy McAirplane coming flying along in his private plane, having a good time, huh? It's not. Filter your air and try and find a place to escape to. That's the best answer I got. I hope things get better. I hope the evil that's dumping this shit on us, called our government, called all those in power, they're absolute frauds. They're just lying to you. Your doctor is lying to you. Your television lies to you. Your politicians lie to you. It doesn't matter if they are saying something good or bad. They're full of shit. They're liars. Filter your air and find a way out of this hellhole. That's the only answer there is. There is no future in a shithole that's sprayed with poison every fucking day, where they're putting up more and more electronic fucking antennas. You know those little scanner panels that are at all the intersections? Those went up during the government shutdown when Obama was president. You know, that was quite a while ago. They put those up during the government shutdown. Some reason, as soon as the government shuts down, hundreds of vans flock all over the city, and they're putting those panels up everywhere during the government shutdown. U.S. West trucks and you know, all the telecoms. And they're just putting up more and more. Yeah, that's what we need. We need more high-frequency microwave panels put up so they can zap everybody. That's going to help us be more connected and happier when we got more 5G, 6G service, right? There is no future in that. I'm sorry. Filter your air. You know, shield yourself as best you can. Get out of this fucking shithole nation. The USA is horrible. It always has been. You know, they teach you how great it is when you're a little kid, just like they tell you about Santa Claus and the globe. You know, we're not on a spinning globe in space. There's no such thing as Santa Claus, and the USA is the most evil piece of shit nation that's ever been. And if you think it's not, just take a look around you and say, is this what a great nation would do? Is this how a great nation looks? Everybody on a prescription, diseased and dying? Is that what a great nation is? Bye.